Hi, my name is Nicole Dionne. I am an actress and a casting director in Los Angeles, California. I have been here since 2001. Yeah, I met Paul Parker very early on. I was probably 22, 23. We trained for a good 3 to 4 years, I would say. I met him through my manager at the time, Renee at Nebula Management. I really resonated with Paul's teaching and connected to his teaching because it was a lot of breathing and emotional work. From the college I came from, I was a dancer, and the college professor there kind of picked me out of my dance crew and talked me into acting. And the reason he did that, he tells me, is because he saw the emotion that I naturally had in my movements. And when I met Paul in Los Angeles, it was like everything about how I connected emotionally with my body, with my breath, with emotional recall, all of that had a place in Paul's school, in the AIDA school. He touched on everything that resonated with me that I was already kind of innately tapped into in his teachings. So for me, it was like so easy to just drop in and fall in love with it. However, what I didn't have yet that early in my learning and my career was knowing how to control it, knowing how to save it for the correct shot, knowing how not to dry up too soon. It was like, how do you harness that in the world of film? It's very different than being live on stage. The shots are very different. So you don't have to be a one-take wonder. It helps in the indie world, but you don't have to be a one-take wonder. And sometimes you have to let it kind of build up into the emotion that is going to be the close-up. And I didn't understand how to pull up my emotions without having to relive tragedy, honestly, because that was my easy way to get there, the emotional recall stuff that we're taught sometimes. How do you not take that into your life? How do you not let that ruin your week, your month, your year? How do you let that go? So the breath work that we did, even just like in the vocal warm-ups, it would bring that out naturally, and then you attach the thought to it. So it's not, needing the thought to get it out. He's got all these little wonderful tricks. Tricks memorizing, tricks with cold reading skills. He talks, I took everything I could, really. Just working on script analysis and finding the surprises, the good and bad surprise. There's so many great little tricks he gives you. And the biggest thing I think I got from him was listening. Just how I listen to people in life versus how I listen to people on camera, and how I know when someone's listening to me. And now, as a casting director, I look for all these little cues. I use the technique I learned as an actor when I am assessing and judging other actors and who I can trust. Like, I know when somebody's done the extra work. I know when somebody's got that natural it ability. I know when someone's truly listening to their reader on the other side of an audition tape, because there is a trick to it. And there's something that Paul teaches us that we can see that just will make any editor and director love you as an actor, because you're always going to give them something to cut to. The technical things, I definitely love Paul for teaching me and educating me on, but also who he is to his students. He is such a cheerleader, and he has so much heart and integrity with the people that he works for, that he really truly wants you to succeed. And I do miss that, because I have been focused on casting the past 10 years or so, that I do miss the camaraderie of class and having that coach to lean on when, you have your rough days or you're feeling rejected or whatever. He was really great about shares and applauding each other and not creating competition between the students and celebrating each other's victories and creating a community, really. And I miss that community, and Paul is the helm of that community because he has so much heart and he cares about his students and he just wants to see everyone succeed. And he will also tell you the truth. So if you have things that are getting in your way or you're self-sabotaging, he will call you out. And I appreciate that too, because I'm East Coast and I'm no bullshit. So, if I'm doing something that's either like, a bad actor habit or a bad personal habit, he's had to call me out on some things sometimes that maybe I wasn't ready to hear. But in hindsight, I'm like, wow, he was right. And if I had listened, then where would I be now? I wouldn't have wasted 5 extra years or 10 extra years. So those are the kind of teachers that you cherish and you'll always have gratitude for. And Paul Parker is definitely one of those teachers for me.